Say, God, you be God. You know, you do it, God. Are you trusting God to the point of, well, God, if it doesn't happen the way I expect, I still trust you. I find myself as a counselor, as a pastor, I find myself a lot of times people get all burnt out with God because God didn't answer their prayers the way they expected Him to. Oh, really? You know, I remember, you heard the story, I told you 4 years ago, D.C., there was a place called the Nike Outlet in Smithfield. So you could buy shoes cheaper there anyway. And at the time they had these Nikes they were high tops. And you squeezed the tongue and it pumped air up around your ankles. Like you're a bad dude because you had those things pumped around. You could run like, you know, the advertising, you could jump a 10-rail fence with those things on. You could do 360 dunks with those things on. Jesus said, Daddy, I need them. I said, no, you don't. He said, Daddy, I'm going to die if I don't get them. I said, I'll preach your funeral, son. And he said, but Daddy, I just got to have those things. I said, they're $100 at the Nike Outlet. I said, what's wrong with the $30 and $40 that you've been wearing all this time? They're not cool because you can't pump them up. I said, you're not getting them. So finally at Christmas time, we're in Beaufort County, and he gets $120, maybe $150. I said, okay, on the way back home, stop at the Nike Outlet, you buy your shoes. Remember that, D.C.? D.C. said, sure, I'll buy them. I got the money myself now, Dad, I'll take care of it. He got in there, they went there and picked up them shoes, and he walked around and saw the shirts and all the stuff. And all of a sudden, I watched him put those shoes back and get the shirts and the other stuff and pick them up for $30 pair of shoes and said, Daddy, I don't need that pooping thing. I said, oh, it's different when you're spending your money than my money. So what? I knew DC didn't need them. Matter of fact, one of his friends bought them. And he's running down to court. Had a blowout. It's pitiful to watch the NASCAR team go out there and jack him up, take care of him, and pull him back over. Daniel, I was coaching the football team, and Daniel came to me one day and said, Daddy, most of the guys on the team, their daddies own businesses. And Daniel had the best of stuff, but it was the best of stuff from Walmart. Had a Wilson glove and nice shoes from the Nike Outlet and all this stuff, and had nice cleats. But he had the stuff that was reasonable. These other guys had $100 gloves and $200 cleats and all this. And Daniel's sitting, and we're sitting in a huddle one day talking about the game at practice. And Daniel was talking to the guys and said, look at all this fancy stuff y'all guys got. He said, I would give anything if my dad had a business and could take care of me like that. You know what they told him? Every last one of them told him, said, we would give everything we got if we had a dad like yours. That was committed enough to be here with us and be at every game and to train us and to be here for us. So we don't see our dads at all. You see yours. We see your dads more than we see your dad more than we see our own dad. So we give it all up for that. Again, remember, just because God says no doesn't mean that He's trying to hurt you. He knows what's best. And sometimes He's testing you to see if you really want it. How bad do you want it? So watch this. Your courage, your commitment can be trusted if it's in God. You can trust God no matter what. You see here it is. I'm closing real quick. Matter of fact, I'll be real quick about this thing. It grows when you settle the issue before it arises. You know, it's one thing for me to teach you how to swim when you're drowning. It's another thing to learn how to swim before you ever get in the boat. Some of us will wait till we're in the water and we're drowning before we try to learn how to swim. No, you need to learn how to swim way before you get in the boat, so when the boat sinks, you're okay. Go ahead and settle it right now. Because I'm telling you, it's coming. I have seen it with my own eyes. is coming. It's rushing down like a stream. And the more politically correct our nation becomes, the quicker it's going to roll down upon us. First, it grows when you've got it already settled. Chapters 1 and 2, they wouldn't eat the king's meat. You know, they had the dreams, and God interpreted, used them. And it works out when you've got a deep trust in God. So we're going to serve Him no matter what. Even if we die, we're still going to serve Him. You will discover, and they will discover, when you do this, that God will provide and protect. Let me just read this before I close. The Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, and the form of his vision was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Meaning, up until this point, he was going, okay, fellas, come on now. Let's cut this out. Y'all go ahead. Y'all guys are supposed to be showing everybody around here that you're supposed to bow down and cave into the pressure. So you go ahead. Go ahead. And when they said no, he got mad. Matter of fact, he got furious. His vision was changed in his countenance. He got so furious. Come on now! Guys, you better do it! And then he commanded them to heat the furnace 7 times hotter than it already was. As though 1 time was not hot enough. We can do it 7 times, meaning it was as hot as it absolutely could get. He commanded his most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and to cast him in the burning fiery furnace. Then these men that were bound in their coats, their hosen, their hats, and their own other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was so urgent, the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire killed the guys, the mighty men. Killed them that threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fire. Just in case you wondered if it was hot. It killed the guys that threw them in. The guys that bowed. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. How many of you were expecting God to deliver you, and now it's getting hot? Getting hot in here. God, I thought you were going to take me out of this. I thought you were going to fix this. God, I thought you had this under control. Why am I burning? Why is it so hot in here? I thought everything was fine. Satan wants you to give in, to cave in.